Stop living for others when it is time to start choosing yourself. At one point in your life, you have to ask yourself a hard question. Am I living my life, or am I performing a version of myself so other people stay comfortable? If you have ever been told you're too much or not enough, or you keep reshaping yourself so people don't leave, this video is for you. A lot of people don't realize they're people pleaser. They don't see it as a problem. They see it as being easygoing, adaptable, or low maintenance. But what it really looks like is saying yes when you want to say no, changing your tone, opinion, or personality depending on who you are around, avoiding conflict at all costs, and quietly resenting people for needs you have never voiced. And over time, you start losing touch of who you actually are. When I was younger, people used to call me a chameleon. No matter where I was, I could fit in different groups, different personality, different environment. And for a long time, I thought that was my strength. But what it really meant was I didn't feel safe being one version of myself. I learned how to adapt instead of how to be authentic. People pleasing usually does not come from weakness, it comes from experience. At some point, many of us learned that approval meant safety, being liked meant belonging, and rejection felt like danger. So we unconsciously started managing other people's emotion. We think, if I keep everyone happy, nothing bad will happen. Here's the truth that most people don't want to hear. You cannot live authentically and be universally liked. There is no version of you that everyone will approve of. So, no matter how kind you are, no matter how quiet you become, no matter how much you give, some people will still misunderstand you. Some will dislike your choice, and some will be uncomfortable when you stop shrinking yourself. And that doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. It means you're finally being real. One of the hardest lessons in growth is you have to be okay with disappointing people, especially people who benefit from your lack of boundaries. Rejection isn't always a sign you made the wrong choice. Sometimes it's proof you stop abandoning yourself. So let's talk about this in real life terms. Take work, for example. Some people genuinely love a 9 to 5 job. They enjoy the structure, the consistency, and the clocking in and out. There is nothing wrong with that. But others are wired differently. Some people love the uncertainty of building something from nothing, watching it grow, creating their own stability. Entrepreneurs often choose the hardest part first, knowing that the ease will come later. And that choice isn't for everyone, just like your authenticity isn't for everyone. Choosing yourself does not mean you stop caring for others. It means you stop sacrificing yourself to be accepted. It means asking, what kind of life do I want? What feels aligned for me? What actually supports the people I love long term? Because resentment grows where authenticity dies. You are allowed to have your own flavor. You don't need to be everyone's favorite. Some people will love you and some won't, no matter what you do. And both can exist without meaning you need to change. If you're watching this, I want you to think about one area of your life where you've been shrinking yourself, one place where you've been saying yes when your body is clearly screaming no. That's information, not judgment. This video came from a real conversation, one that hit home for me. And if it resonates with you, you're not alone. I share a lot about growth, boundary, business, and becoming who you actually are, not who you were taught to be. So, if this is the kind of conversation you want more of, follow along and watch some of my other videos. You don't have to change overnight. Just start choosing yourself, one decision at a time. I'll see you in the next one.